Hey there, Starcraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of Starcraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Violet and Reality here on Destination. Top side of the map, it is the purple Protoss player Violet, and in the bottom side here, it is the blue Terran player Reality. So two Koreans going at it today on Destination. It's going to be a PvT. It's going to be a fairly standard game. I'm going to predict that right now because nobody's sending out a probe, nobody's sending out an SCV. And hold on a second, Protoss says Reality. And then Violet says okay. Huh. Anyway, 400 APM down here for Reality. Reality doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff on his Wikipedia page, but he's been around for a while. He's got some great games. Kind of part of the newer Kespa scene, right? Like, not the old school people, but more of the last 10 years or so rather than the previous 10 years. Anyway, happy you're with me today. Hope you are enjoying your Saturday. I think this is going to post on a Saturday anyway. Hit that like button if you are extremely excited for another PvT of Brood War Remastered. Alright, so if you found me by searching StarCraft Remastered, would you let me know? And if you found me by searching StarCraft Brood War, would you let me know as well in the comments? Because I have the option for both. And I'm not entirely sure which one brings the most views and helps people to find me more easily, right? Da 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 da, gateway and a barracks, and really nothing happening here. Hey, have you ever wanted me to cast your replay? Have you ever thought, man, it'd be fun for Falcon to cast one of my Brood War replays? And it doesn't even have to be one that you played, right? It can totally be something along the lines of, I have this replay, I've had it for a while, it's my favorite player. I want to see it cast in the remastered client. Send it to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War. And if it's a professional game, let me know the subject there too, and I'd be happy to get it cast here on my Saturday casts, Saturday streams here on YouTube. Saturday, well, sometimes it's Sunday, but most of the time I try to hit Saturday. Anyway, what is this pylon placement? Is that just watching for drops? That very well could just be watching for drops. Anyway, factory on the way here from the Terran player, because that's what you want all the time is factory units here against Protoss. Going bio is just a death sentence. Nobody with half a brain is going to do that. Zealot moving out. Going to try to put some pressure up here on the Terran player, but, you know, he should have a Vulture out by the time the Zealot gets all the way down here. Or at the very least, it's a wall, or at the very least, it's a bunker. Like, there's just too much. There's just too much for this Zealot to really accomplish much of anything. But, you know, he's coming down anyway. Might as well make a Zealot with your first 100 minerals. And he's not expanding. You'll notice here, he's not expanding quite yet. He is going for Singularity Charge pretty quickly. And for that Dragoon, so the pressure's going to come fast. Going to come fast here for Reality. Is this SCV really checking for proxies? Yeah, man, he is seriously checking for proxies back here. So Zealot shows up, and the top of the ramp is not really where you want to be. The Marines are trying to hold it here. They're probably going to swap if the Zealot decides to come in. I really don't know what the purpose of the Zealot is. I guess just forcing the Terran player to make some Marines early just for this. So we can't go straight into Vulture production, which would be worse for the Protoss player in the long term. Ah, he's building his command center back here. I like this from Reality on this map. As long as the Zealot doesn't come back, doesn't check this area, which he's not based on his projection. But boy, look at this. We are checking everywhere for stuff here. He knows there's an SCV around, and there it is. There's an SCV back here trying to check the timing on the expansion, and we'll be able to see the timing on that expansion. At least sees a probe here harvesting, right? He's probably going to dart in a second and just make sure there's a base there or not. Or, you know, die to a Dragoon, too. That's also fine. Go in, check. Okay, he got the check. He saw, in fact, there's an expansion. He sees two Dragoons out early. Sees the expansion is laid. Has to assume he's going to have ranged Dragoons here showing up sooner rather than later. So he does actually go for a tank before Vultures. Although he is going for Spider Mines before speed for the Vultures. And before siege mode. So I like it. I like this response here. A couple Marines and some tanks can do pretty well against this early Dragoon stuff. Takes some really good micro to do well against this from the Protoss, but I assume Violet is there And a Violet, if you remember, really up-and-coming young Protoss player in the Kespa scene. unfortunately died of leukemia back in 2012. One of the more just sad stories in the Brood War scene here. But I like casting his games every once in a while just because it's good to see the people that have passed on and just see the work they did. It just, it's good to be remembered, is all I'm trying to say here. So robotics facility coming in now for the Protoss player of Violet. Got our barracks scouting, because again, you don't need that for anything anymore. I mean, you want to keep it alive because you need it to make more factories, and you're going to want to make more factories, but, you know, it's not as important as keeping on the ground as otherwise would be. Maynard transfer there to the natural base for the Protoss, and the Terran timing is fairly similar, a little bit faster, but nothing that's going to change the game here. Observatory on the way, as he wants to be able to deal with spider mines, as the odds that the Terran player is going to be tossing spider mines down at this stage of the game, pretty good, actually. Pretty good odds. I don't think Vegas will give you odds the other way on that one. So yeah, observatory and then observers, and then dragoons with range. These are the steps of how you want to open your game against Terran if you're Protoss. Get an expansion out after the 1 gateway. Maybe 2 gateways if you're feeling a little bit cautious or a little bit aggressive, but the standard one is 1 gateway into a cyber core, into an expand, or into an expand into a cyber core, depending on what you want to do. It's really up to you here. Third Nexus, maybe? That Vulture's going to find that probe, though. Look at him hunting. Ah, spider mine down, annoying. But the probe stays alive because the probe hid well enough. Hiding is really, really important. Oh, no, you just... The Dragoons pushed the Vulture into finding the probe and killing it. So that's probably a good trade. 1 probe for 1 Vulture at this stage of the game. Acceptable. I'm not going to complain about it at all if I'm rooting for reality here, which... Are you rooting for Terran in TVPs? It just feels like, unless it's Flash, it's a really hard situation to win. That said, I mean, Terran does have the mass tank strategy. The mass tank, mass Vulture strategy with some Goliaths in there. That's probably where we're going eventually. He is going for Vulture speed. He's getting a starport in the mix, probably for science vessels. Maybe for a drop. A drop is actually pretty good on this map. You'll notice these exist where they do, these pylons. Just because dropping is easy, because there's a lot of dead space in here. You know what I mean? Also, is that an observer? Yes, there's an observer in here. I always felt like the cloak animation for Brood War was very, very nice. Just translucent. Is that as easy as setting your model to like a certain level of transparency? Do you think within Starcraft? I think that was easy or difficult. I don't know anything about game development, but that feels like that could be something that could be fairly easy to do. And maybe I'm just giving more credit to it than it deserves. Anyway, going really fast for Charon boosters. Wow. That's a 7.5 minute Charon booster upgrade. And it is going to be a Reaver drop with some Zealots here from Violet. Loving that. I love a good Reaver drop versus Terran. You see them all the time versus Zerg, but I feel like SCV should have to live with the fear of it too. But I mean, there are spider mines in here strategically placed for places that might get landed upon by a Reaver. And killing it with a spider mine is a good way to do a serious damage to it anyway. But third base, warping in quite nicely. Any sign of a third base here from the Terran? Not really. Observer checking that, and so far both players have done a great job just keeping tabs on what's up. They killed that, is it a Ragnarok? I want to say Ragnarok, but that's very Thor. And this is not the Thor universe. This is the Starcraft universe. Anyway, comes on in with the shuttle. Oh, did he get a shot off? He's taking some hits. Did the spider... No, I don't know. It's 46 to 43 workers. Not many SCVs died there, regardless, while I was looking for the Ragnarok. But drop gets shoved away. Reaver took some hits. I really don't think it killed anything at all. That was a fairly inconsequential drop. Factory, factory, factory. It's all about the factories, mate. Trying to dart in here and kill as many probes as you can before the Dragoons finish you off. And it's not a bad idea. Not a bad strategy. 42 probes remaining here. And again, more probes down. This is some really nice Vulture harass. Out of reality. Run! And bam! Does snipe a Vulture as it retreats. What a hit. What a hit there. You never know what's going to happen when you send that Scarab out. And sometimes it's good things for the Protoss, and sometimes it's not. Templar Archives and Stargate. And let's go ahead and go for an Arbiter Tribunal, I guess, if we're already rushing through the tech here. Nobody seems to be all that pressury, to be honest. Where'd that shuttle go? That shuttle did not... Man, I hope it didn't go in. No, it's up here. We saw it. Come on, Falcon. We just saw it. That's the same one. It's the same one because it has an injured Reaver in it. Perfect. Still no third base here from Reality. He is sending a dropship out with a couple tanks, but there's a lot of Dragoons on this side of the map, so never mind. And then Dragoons coming over this way. Can they act? Well, there's tanks defending this area, but if you actually set up right here, you can fire upon these SCVs if you have the vision across the way to do so. So, 2 tanks, man. I don't know about this. So he drops the Zealots in to try to finish off the tank. Oh, man. That Reaver instantly died. That Reaver instantly died. Ow. So the Zealots being a little bit annoying, but they're gone now. Couple SCVs getting killed. The harassment potential is real right now. Dropping some Dragoons on top of these tanks. They get the tank, and the SCV count is starting to fall here. I like this play out of Violet. I really enjoy this play out of Violet. Wow. Incredible stuff there. Meanwhile, tank drop on the top side gets shoved away. We're at 52 probes to 59 SCVs. These guys are still firing on SCVs here. They're pretty tanky. It takes a while for them to die. Probes and drones are a lot weaker. A lot squishier. Still trying to harass a little bit over this way, trying to push in, maybe keep that tank count low while you can. Talk about this in every PvT is kill the tanks. You have to sacrifice some Dragoons to do it, so be it. Kill those tanks. Our Spider Mines reckon you? Fine. Kill the tanks. The tank count is at 4, 5, 6 now. It's lower than it could be otherwise. I'm liking this from Violet, also getting a 4th base, while the 3rd base has just been landed from Reality. So I think Protoss player needs to be playing this way, right? You need to be going for a lot of bases. The Terran's not really going to move out with anything big and scary for quite some time. Got some Dragoons harassing back here inside the main base, and SCVs are taking some serious shots. Spider-Mine's trying to get rid of them. Good micro from Violet, actually not allowing that pretty well, and then picking up and getting out of there when the time comes. Very intelligent play. I like what Violet's doing here. So definitely rushing to those Arbiters. They're in production already here at the 12-minute mark of this match. Got more Vulture, or rather Dragoon harass at the 3rd base of the Terran. Science Vessel coming over here? What is that all about? Why would is that bait? Man, I feel like maybe that was bait. It's like, I'm going to come in here, take some shots so you don't kill the tanks when they come in. That's a scanted. I know that's a scanted. Is that a Ragnarok? You guys have to tell me. The critter on this map. Is there another one? Oh, I wish there was another one. I don't think there is, though. I guess it could just be a Ragnarok. Does it doesn't predate the concept of Ragnarok, though, right? Nah, of course not. I heard a DT die. I don't know where it was, but it sounds like a Spider Mine got him. Spider Mines are detectors for their own use. They don't provide detection for any other Terran units, but they will detect cloaked units and kill them by themselves. Boy, that shuttle needs to get out of here. Shuttle! Ugh! That hurt. That hurt quite a bit. Don't want to lose shuttles in this game. Heading down the left side, we've got Violet. He's trying to do some more of this harass, or just checking for a 4th base, which no. He's happy to see that he's up in economy here. He's getting Storm. Working on EMP now is the Terran player Reality. And Spider-Mine's getting picked off quite nicely. We've got +1 attack here for the Dragoons and the Zealots. +2, +1. With the attack being 2 here for Reality. Doing a great job with his upgrades for his meching units. Loving to see that. That is fantastic stuff. Additional gateways all the time for Protoss in PvT. dun, dun. All right, man. So this is really just Reality is going for some kind of a massive tank style push, and it happens. We get the recall inside the main base, but I think the response time from Reality was pretty good. Nice defensive matrix setup, but the tank dies anyway because of course it does. Because defensive matrix is not an unstoppable spell, Dragoon's coming in the left side trying to get some stuff done, while everything in the main base gets cleaned up. That was not as effective a recall as you really want to see here out of Violet. But he managed to sneak it in anyway, got some kills, killed some of the tanks. Again, anytime you can kill a tank is a good day for you. Is a good day for I, or warping into base at the same time over here on the left side. He's really taking the north. And is he expanding? Is he expanding the top right-hand corner? He's keeping the pocket expand. He's going for the pocket expansion and not saving it for later. Amazing. Oh, amazing stuff. So again, that +1 attack, +2 is on the way here for the Protoss, but it's already +3 attack from the mech. So boy, it kind of feels like it's Reality's day right now. He's going to start the push. He feels like he has a big enough scary Terran army to do this. He is on 3 bases. And the good news here for the Protoss player, Violet, is he can afford to lose some bases, and he's probably going to at this stage. So here is the engagement. The High Templar are trying to get in here and get some storms down, but they're getting body blocked by the Dragoons. Beautiful storms there, though. Very nice. Very nice storm. Taking out a few of those tanks, sacrificing a ton of Protoss, but there's only... What do we got? Well, more tanks are coming, though. Jeez, this is a lot of tanks. This is very, very well played. Just abandon this base entirely. Go harvest from the top right-hand corner. That's how you gotta do. Dragoons on the high ground trying to harass the third base of a Reality a little bit. And he does actually sneak on in here to some extent. The Vulture's pretty mad about that. They're going to respond and shut it down, though. So yeah, like I said, Protoss is going to lose a base here, but he can afford to do so because he overexpanded. Kind of a Zerg thing, right? Oh, did he EMP that Arbiter? No stasis for you. No stasis, no recalls for you for quite some time. So the 4th base dies. But again, Violet is still on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases to the 3 of the Terrans. So he still has the advantage that he needs. It's still 167 to 160 total supply. Everything's cool that way. I mean, I guess we're still pushing up in this top right-hand base, but it's only 2 tanks and a couple Vultures. I don't really feel super threatened about this on behalf of Violet. Yeah, I mean, this is getting shut down. The Nexus is saved. The Nexus is fairly injured, but it's not going to die. And that Science Vessel died. It really should have gotten out of there, but boy, the storms! That High Templar, it stays alive way longer than I thought he would, considering he was fully surrounded by Vultures. So this is a really strong push right now out of Reality. It feels maybe a bit early, but at the same time, if you can push into your opponent's natural base and murder it, feels pretty good. Yeah, these +3 tanks with +2 armor are not messing around. Not at all. +2 attack is now done for the Protoss, but no armor upgrades at all. Not that we usually see those in PvT. And a 4th base has been established by Reality, but there's already Dragoons in here to mess it up. But yeah, the natural base is abandoned for Violet. Not happy about that, I assume. And this right side engagement is pretty tight right now. Who's going to win? A bit of a whiff on that storm. But, you know, that's the trade you make. Storms are often very, very good, so a whiff every once in a while is definitely still worth using it. What are these? Is he really taking this base? Violet's taking Reality's pocket expansion. That's incredible. Look at him cloaking these probes to keep them alive against the Vulture attack, but the scans are pretty consistently good. So, man, the problem here for Violet is if he loses his main base, all of his production is dead. But Reality's 4th base is getting wrecked by a nice recall here at the 3 o'clock position. All right. That's a major win there. Pretty sure Reality knows there's a Nexus coming up down here because, yes, he has the vision. And, yes, the Vultures will eventually kill this. Really good against shields, not so good against anything else, but enough patience and everything will be just fine. So we're not officially base racing it, but Violet's main base is in a world of hurt. And this third base is not very protected from this army. If Violet comes down here and takes out that third, that would be a humongous deal. A really massive deal. You ready to do it? I think you should try it. Boy, storming that ramp is really smart. How many High Templar does he have left? I think he has one. I'm not sure it has energy for anything either, which is a problem. It's just hanging out. You can't have an army just hanging out. Remember what I told you about these vultures eventually getting this base? Eventually, yes. We'll get there. I can't believe this army is just sitting here. What is happening? Go down, young... Ah, it's too late. It's too well defended now. But maybe he'd rather just deny the fourth base than kill the third. It seems like a smarter move anyway. Tanks, again, being conservative here, but that's allowing Violet to get army up inside his main base where he can actually rush this and kill it, because the vulture count is not very high. There are 2 vultures here, and this is largely tanks. Huge reinforcements coming up this right side, yes. In fairness, are we ready to storm? He's holding back on the storm, it seems like. Alright, we're going to storm down these Goliaths at the very least. Injure them immensely. You're not going to one-shot kill them with your storm, right? Did I miss him coming in and shutting that down, or did the tanks go elsewhere? Either way, the main base is saved from Violet. This engagement was happening at the same time. Trying to go for another recall. The army desperately running back into the main. Where do you want to recall? Maybe on these factories is not a bad place to recall. Seriously not. Oh, he baited him. He went over to the third base and recalled over there. What a beautiful play there from Violet. Shuts down this third base entirely for the time being. And that income right now from Reality is not good. That is not good income. However, the top right base does end up going down. There are 100 tanks here. Zealots getting dropped on top of the tanks, though, really thinning out those numbers. What a beautiful play from Violet. Dude, Violet having a great, great last couple minutes here. Shutting down the third base of Reality, removing all of his income from the game, essentially. He's sitting at 74 minerals, and that is not incrementing very fast at all. Ends up losing a base, but killing the army that killed it. So I think that's a fair trade. The problem is that it's only a 3-basing Violet now, because he's lost all of his bases. So this is his income, and there's, again, almost nothing at all from the Terran player for income. If Violet can keep this third base alive, he's going to be okay. If he can't, this is going to get really tight really fast. Look at him engaging in right now. He's long-distance mining. Violet is. He's going to try to... He's dropping a little bit on top of these dudes, but the vultures with a +3 attack are just eviscerating and exploding the zealots almost instantly upon contact. So yeah, this probe count's in trouble. This probe count is going to fall a lot in just a short amount of time. He was at 30. He's already down to 23. Trying to kill some of these tanks as they come across the map is not a bad idea. This is usually more of a Zerg strategy, but something Violet is engaging with right now. Pretty darn smart move. And yeah, I mean, any Terran units you can kill for essentially free are going to be good. Nice EMPs, though, for that science vessel out of Reality. But yeah, man, we are... Oh, this base landed. This base landed, but it's toast. Oh, snap. All right, so the SCVs are getting out of there. It's only 14 probes remaining. Most of them are long-distance mining here. Building a new Nexus might be a good idea, and it might not. So that command center is done. He's floating a command center over to the third base. Again, this is really nice play out of Reality. He's just moving his source of income to different places over and over again. Pretty intelligently done, but there are still... Oh, he's trying to storm the science vessels down, and he gets them! The third storm gets it! Trying to Archon up. Oh, and he has the other storm ready and waiting for the SCVs as they come in. It's 21 SCVs on the field right now to 14 probes. What a match. This is going to come down to the wire. Does Reality have this? He only has 52 total supply, though. That is not good, but tanks are great equalizers. We've talked about this in the past. 10 tanks are worth way more than the supply they show on the supply used tab there. Especially with the upgrades that they have. Do they have the 3-3 yet? Of course they do. And plus... Oh, never got +3 attack. Oh, and some DTs coming in. I like this. I like the DTs getting mixed in now that the science vessels are gone. That's good. You still have to worry about spider mines. Obviously, you got to worry about those. Shuttles, halves. Dude, you got some... There you... Oh, this is a really big engagement for Violet. He caught some tanks out alone without any vulture support. He's just going to kill a whole bunch of them here. They forced into full retreat. Pulling back, trying to siege up. These tanks don't know where they're going. They are completely dead. This might be the killing blow right now for Violet. This third base isn't... No. Go. He's... If the army's running away, just kill bases, man. Kill economy. Get that Archon in that mineral line. Get him. He already has 19 kills. Let's give him more. Let's make him an MVP Archon of the match. And there it is. Oh, the splash damage. Oh, the 39s. Wait, it's not 39 because it's 36 splash damage. Oh, it's 3 probes left, and there are 10 SCVs remaining, but that number is not going to be good here in a couple seconds. Dude, that's a 29 kill Archon. That is the heroist Archon. Oh, they ran the wrong way. Okay, well, the workers are all dead. I mean, it's 3 probes to 4 SCVs right now. Is this getting an epic tag? If we have 3 probes to 3 SCVs at the 26-minute mark of a PvT, does that count as an epic game? Oh, did this tank just wander through? This tank just wandered up here and killed everything. That's where all of... oh my gosh. That's where all of Violet's workers went. Was that that tank right there. Hero of the Terran Command. Oh, Spider-Man does get a High Templar. That's a nice pickup. But there's just almost nothing left here. There's 2 vultures and 4 tanks. He is... Oh, 2 HP on that shuttle. He is trying to get a third base over here, but he doesn't have the money to make another worker. Where are his SCVs anyway? They can't be out on the map. They have to be down here. Okay, so there's 1. I think Violet has this. He's going to win this game with a single probe. It really feels like. Oh, but losing Dragoons is so bad. Man, these vultures are making sure the income is nothing for Violet, and I think Violet would agree. He's not even trying to expand at this point. You can't put SCVs here because the Zealots will wreck them. I think this is pretty well contained by Violet. I mean, it's really weird to say that Violet's in a great place, but again, he has 1 probe and no mineral income at all, and no bases. At least no mining bases. But, like... Reality's in a worse spot. It's just more mobility for this army. Gonna clear out these spider mines for reasons I don't fully understand. There are no probes remaining. That's it. Violet has no probes. He can make a couple more probes, and he is making 1. For which purpose, I do not know. These vultures are trying to make sure that the economy never gets off the ground for Violet ever again. This is one of the 1 SCVs here. Alright, DT is out. There is a science vessel, though. And this SCV is coming over. He's got some plans. He's got some plans to actually mine minerals for the Terran player. Look at him floating the factories out just to mess with the Protoss targeting. This is a good game. This is such a good game. Again, I don't know if it's epic tag worthy. I think the play has been good for both sides. But I've been thinking about the epic tag and whether it applies to games with close endings, or does it have to be really well played with a close ending? You know what I mean? Another observer down is such a problem. There's 1 here for Violet. I'm not sure how many more he has, other than, I guess, 1 there. This probe, long distance mining. So brave. So, look at this wall of... He's setting up this wall. Unload the Zealots! This is our final engagement of the game. He's trying to take down these tanks. He's trying to take down these vultures. The defensive matrix is really good. And reality ends up holding the attack, and that's a good game. Violet taps out. Wow. I thought for sure Violet had that game. I thought Violet was ready to rock there with that army, jumping on top of those tanks, but no, absolutely not. Defensive matrix was key there. The vultures with their upgrades staying alive longer than they should have, key there. And then this base, which is that the final? No, there's a couple command centers remaining here for reality, but man, one of his last hopes as far as income was concerned. Got it done. Yeah, Violet was a little bit careless with the probes he had up here. Again, he only had a few remaining, but I think one tank ran up, just murdered everything, and really shut down Violet's hope of ever having an economy again. So well played, great game. So many bases died. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bases died. 9 if you count the third. I will count the third because it did die once. Yeah, 9 bases killed is beautiful. Beautiful. All right, well, let's go ahead and check out the final score. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that game. I had a good time with it. If you're rooting for the Protoss, I'm sorry, but that was about as close an ending as you're ever going to get. Yeah, it's just pretty even across the board in all these numbers here. There are slight advantages for one player to the other one. Resources are really close, too, even considering Violet had that base advantage for so long. But, again, the bases died. The bases were left in ruin, as they might say. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of Starcraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.